It seems like a bank is a good place to keep your money. Most people don't think about the secrets hidden inside banks, but billionaire Henry Ford once said, "It's a good thing most people don't know how the banking system works, or there would be a revolution." Many people don't know much about money, which is why there is a big gap between the rich and the poor. You can't get rich unless you know how to manage money. Today, I'll share with you the banking secrets that rich people know. How do banks make money from you? And what should you do with your money so that greedy bankers don't take it? You can find out right now. Welcome to the Main Finance channel. Subscribe now if you dream of getting rich. A long time ago, in the 7th century BC, the rich city of Babylon had its first bankers who lent money with interest. This was when the first banknotes appeared, which were worth the same as gold. The word bank comes from the Italian word banco, which means table. At first, banks mainly changed large amounts of money into smaller ones and exchanged coins. But as countries grew, banks started offering more services. The first private bank in the world was a group of people from Genoa who joined together in the partnership of St. George in the 12th century. This bank gave its first big loan to the rulers of Genoa for a war in 1148. In return, the bank was allowed to collect some taxes from people until 1407. The bank's rules were set, and the Bank of St. George was officially formed. Back then, people had mixed feelings about banks. Some thought banks were useful, but others thought bankers were greedy or dishonest. Moneylenders were even denied religious services and a normal burial. Today, people's feelings about bankers haven't changed much. Many still don't trust banks, and it makes sense. Even your bank probably has secrets, and now I will tell you more about them. Banks don't just store money. Deposits are often said to be a good way to earn extra money. The problem is, in many places, this doesn't work. The interest you earn on deposits is usually less than the rate of inflation. For example, in 2020, top banks in Switzerland offered deposit interest rates of 0.5% to 1.5%, but the inflation rate was 1.5% to 2%. This means that the money you earn from deposits will be lost to inflation. Banks keep interest rates low because they don't want you to get richer. They make money by lending the money you deposit to other people at a higher interest rate. This way, they earn money from the difference between the two rates. Governments also like this system because it lets them control people's money. This is why very rich people look for other ways to protect their money. Banks are their own biggest customers. Banks exist mainly to help themselves first and their customers second. When you put money into a bank, it becomes the bank's asset. When you borrow money from the bank, that money is still considered the bank's asset. This setup means the bank is almost always in a winning position and will act in its own best interest. Banks will not fight for the person who puts money into them. Instead, they focus on gaining more interest and control. The reality is that once your money is in the bank, it is no longer just your property. It also becomes an asset of the bank. This means the bank can use your money to its advantage. A bank's ability to lend money, its credit limit, depends on how much money it has from deposits. The more deposits it holds, the more it can lend. However, this system is often unfair to the customers. Banks benefit from having your money, but they don't always provide fair returns or interest rates to you. This system ensures that banks stay in control and profit from both deposits and loans, always putting their interests first. Banks don't give money to people who seem poor. Bankers are some of the best-dressed people in the world. They often judge people by how they look, even if they don't realize they are doing it. If a customer doesn't look good, the bank probably won't want to give them a loan. If a person looks like they really need money, they most likely won't get it. But if they look like they don't need money at all, they will probably get what they want. There is one exception to this rule. If the person has a bank account with the bank, the staff can check the account to see if the person is really rich. This way, they don't have to rely only on appearance. But if the person does not have an account with the bank, the bankers will quickly judge the person by their looks. They will make decisions based on how the person appears, and they do this very quickly. So, if you go to a bank asking for a loan, it helps to look good. If you look like you have money and don't need a loan, the bank is more likely to give it to you. But if you look like you need money, the bank may not help you. This is how banks often make their decisions. Bankers get a yearly bonus for giving out loans. The bonus does not go to all employees, only to those who give out loans. These are usually managers, and this is not a bad thing. The bonus depends on the number of good loans they give out. Everyone at the bank wants extra money at the end of the year, so they may approve more loan applications near that time. This often happens without them noticing. At the beginning of the year, managers feel no pressure to approve loans. But at the end of the year, they fear losing the bonus if they don't approve enough loans. Also, no one wants to look bad at their job. So, if a customer doesn't get a loan, the bank worker will miss out on the yearly bonus. Rich people know this and use it to their advantage. They go to the bank at the end of the year to get the most money possible. They have the needed collateral, which means they have something valuable to back up the loan. They also have good credit, so the bank trusts them to pay back the loan. Because of this, managers are more likely to approve their loans, especially when they are worried about getting their bonus. So, the system works in a way that benefits both the managers and the rich people. The managers get their bonuses for giving out loans, and the rich people get the money they need. This is why timing and appearance are so important when dealing with banks. Banks make money from you and your name. Banks make money from you and your name. They do this in several ways. First, they use your money to give loans to other people. They charge these people higher interest rates on the loans than what they pay you for keeping your money in the bank. The more money you deposit, the more the bank can lend out and make a profit. Banks also charge fees for different services. For example, they might charge you for keeping your account open, using ATMs, or processing transactions. Even if you never borrow money from the bank, they still make money by using your deposits to earn interest and by charging you these fees. Your name and credit history are also valuable to the bank. If you have a good credit score, the bank trusts you more and offers you better loan rates. This helps the bank because they can count on you to pay back the loan with interest. Additionally, banks can sell your personal information like your name and credit history to other companies. These companies use the information to send you advertisements and offers, which makes the bank more money. In many ways, banks profit from both your money and your personal details. They use your deposits to earn interest, charge you fees for services, and sell your information to other businesses. This is how banks make money from you and your name. Better deals for the rich. Banks are businesses like any other. They have shareholders, which are people who own part of the bank and expect it to make money. If banks don't make money, they can't stay in business. That's why banks prefer to lend money to rich people instead of poor people. If a rich person can't pay back the loan, they can sell part of their business or other valuable things they own to repay it. This makes lending to rich people safer for banks. On the other hand, if a poor person can't pay back the loan, they might not have enough assets to sell and repay the loan. This is risky for the bank. Banks also lend to rich people to ensure they can get a loan from them if the bank ever goes bankrupt. By lending to rich people, banks build good relationships with them. This way, if the bank needs help in the future, they can ask the rich person for a loan. So, banks always think about how to make money and reduce risk. This is why they give better loan terms to rich people and are more willing to lend to them. It's important to manage your money well so you can get better terms from the bank and avoid financial trouble. The information I shared today doesn't mean you should stop using banks completely. Just think about better ways to manage your money. Instead of saving in a bank, maybe invest it in a business. Sometimes paying with cash is better than using a credit card to avoid fees. Don't let the system trick you. This is the only way to get rich today. That's it for today. This is the main channel on finance. Subscribe and get rich.